I think I bought a little bit higher than I would have liked. I got in at 297.07. I got in with 3 shares. Okay, I'm just gonna exit on a small bounce if we get it. That was not the bar I was looking for. I still feel like we have to go more sideways, but I don't exactly know how to manage this right now, so I'm gonna try to get out with a small bounce. Okay, I just took that one down here. Dollar 14 cent loss, which is pretty big for me. I also feel like I took bigger size here than I normally would have, but I think I didn't expect this kind of breakdown after the strength up. And the thing that I noticed in the moment is I thought if we got a few small bars down, then I had a sense of how I wanted to manage the trade. But because we got this big breakout bar and didn't pull back at all, I felt like I didn't know exactly what I needed to do next to manage. So that's something I have to figure out. That if I do get a surprise bar like this, should I just exit on the close? I think that might be the best thing to do. Because after this bar, now we're low. And because we're getting lower in a potential trading range, it makes less and less sense to sell low in a trading range. So because this bar traveled such a far distance, I didn't know exactly what to do. So that's something I'm going to look into and try to figure out what to do in these kinds of situations. If I'm going to buy at the breakout point, how to manage it if we get a strong breakout to the downside. Okay, I placed a buy order above that second entry. The reason I did that is because I feel like this is still a bad sell, and after the strength up, I feel like we have to test higher still. And so instead of buying where I bought initially and then buying more lower, I bought here and I exited, and now I bought more above a second entry. So hopefully we get a second leg up from this initial impulse. So let's see what happens. So that's a decent entry bar. A bit of a tail on top, but still a decent bull bar. Hopefully we can get some follow through and get a little bit of a swing up. If this bar closes on its low, I'll probably exit below it. If it has a tail, okay, it does have a tail, so I'll stay in. Okay, so we got a decent bar here. The sell triggered, but because of the tail, we had buyers below, and now I'm looking for a test of the climax high right here as my target. I didn't feel like this target was aggressive at the high of the sell climax, but it looks like we're stalling at the open of the day, so I'm not sure. I thought we'd get up here because I think we should get back above the low of this bad sell. So it just looks like we're getting a lot of selling pressure in this area. We got a few cents away, but couldn't quite reach it. Okay, just exited. So pretty much break even. We got 3 pushes up and reversed down strongly. So didn't want to risk staying in. And got 2 cents away from my target. So that's the tough part. I felt like it was a reasonable target, so I'm not really sure how to adjust that. But maybe once we got 2 pushes up to the open, maybe looking to take profits above the high of that move. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna try to gather my thoughts on this whole thing today, and then I'll do an analysis in a bit. Just want to figure out a few details about my trades today. On July 8th, I bought near the breakout point. I think right below this bar and right above the breakout point. So as this big bar was forming, I bought. And what I was thinking was it's a strong impulse up, that we probably wouldn't go straight down. We'd have to go sideways, and that we get at least one more push up. But I wasn't looking for a new push up. I was just looking for sideways and 10 or 20 cents up. And then I kind of got caught after this big bear bar, and thought maybe I ended up exiting somewhere down here, and I thought maybe the adjustment for me would be to exit right as this big bear bar closed. But then I asked Al about this trade, and he said that this bar up here was the start of a potential double top after a gap down. So we had a big gap down, and then we had a potential double top, and then this next bar right here closed on its low. And that was, so I thought I should exit down here, which would have made me lose 30 cents at best. And Al was saying, no, this bar here is the sign that the double top might be active and that you should exit. So Al said that this is the exit point, and I actually entered below this bar. So that's a potentially a huge mistake, and something that can be avoided if I had known that this is a decent signal to not risk buying right there. And then I looked around for other examples. I don't know if these are exactly like it, but so here, for example, gap down and then double top. This is a lower high. On July 8th, we had a higher high double top, but still this bar closing on its low. Here we have a lower high, and then this bar closing not on its low, but a strong bear bar, and that was the start of a huge sell-off. And here's another example. Small gap down, but big sell-off, and then despite the 4 bull bars, 2 of them pretty big bull bars, this bar closing near its low was the start of a sell-off. So I think that's something that I have to get my head around in real time, that just because it's 4 bull bars, the context can easily override the 4 bull bars. It's a huge sell-off and a double top, and then we get a strong bear bar that could negate this move up. So today it didn't completely negate it. Like, we got a strong sell-off and we found buyers down here, but it was enough to trap me and make me exit down here. Now I knew that, I didn't know, but I thought we'd have buyers down here, so I was ready to buy again. So after I exited here, I ended up buying above this second entry at a similar price, and I kind of messed this trade up. And to be honest, I don't really know how to adjust this one. I think because of the strength of the sell-off, maybe I don't expect it to get all the way back up to the bottom of this bad sell or the high of the climax. There's already enough disappointed traders who bought in this area that are probably looking to exit with as good a price as they can. And so maybe taking profits around this lower high right here might have been a bit better. I still don't really have a real adjustment for this trade, but this one is the first one is definitely something I can avoid in the future.